Today on the DNVR Broncos podcast, we are talking about playmakers because ESPN put out their list of the best playmaking groups in the NFL. So we're going to talk through where the Broncos rank, where they should rank, because they're always underrated in these things, according to us. And it's going to be a fun day. So stay tuned. We're going to get started in about 30 seconds. This is the DNVR Broncos podcast from the Toyota Lounge. This is already saying he misses Zach. Zach is not here today. He's off in the. Should we guess?
Maldives.
Yeah. I'll go.
So a 2-day trip
Indonesia.
to the Maldives.
Is that nearby? I think that's where kind of that is.
Don't do this to me. But yes.
Okay, cool. No, I just want to make sure. I still, after looking at the map 5 times, could not tell you where Paraguay is. Because all those in
Really?
South America, I think having Paraguay, Uruguay, I still struggle with it.
I think I could pick out Paraguay with a blindfold.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
The thing is that out of all of us, RK has been in South America more time than all of us.
Twice?
Yeah, I've never been to South America.
Combined 0, yeah.
Yeah, I guess I take that
pretty
title
good.
pretty easily.
Yeah, you win.
Like I said, ESPN put out their playmaker rankings, which we're going to get into, and I'm excited about. But also, there are a lot of things happening in sports at the moment.
I love when things happen in sports.
I know. And the big one to me, so baseball is having the second round of the CBA negotiations starting today.
Okay.
Which doesn't mean there's negotiating. It's still just here's what we're thinking about this. And what are you thinking about this? And then you just kind of move on. But the whole drama about whether there's a salary cap or not is just a reminder of how perfect the NFL is. We have settled all of this so long ago.
Yeah. It does feel like the NFL runs so much more smoothly than any other league.
Yeah.
And it's just everything down to the length of a first down.
Yeah.
Somehow it's just perfect.
It's just everything.
No one's
is
ever
perfect.
been we need to move it to 11.
No. And it's so everybody is just so happy. We don't care too much about how happy the owners are,
Nope.
But the owners make their money. The players are happy. The coaches, you get one job as a head coach, you never have to work again. Sure, it's stressful, you get fired. The fans get games 4 days a week. Maybe a little bit expensive for a ticket at this point.
Yeah.
A lot of people would say the game's better on TV.
Everything's expensive though.
Right. And we're fed year round. We get the draft, we get the free agency. The NFL is just so perfect for everybody involved.
Yeah, I would say the biggest issue would be player safety.
Right.
And that's always going to be a thing, but it's also it can't be fixed.
Yeah. It can't be. It just is what it is. But it's just so perfect. And you see the baseball player, the Players Association saying, we can't have a salary cap. Think of what that'll do to the players. If you guys vote for this, then 20 years from now, the players aren't going to make any money. Meanwhile, we look back when the NFL put in the salary cap in the 90s, and what has happened to the player salaries ever since?
They grow and grow and grow.
Right. It's arguably the best move that has ever happened for the players.
Yeah.
And and it's true in all the other leagues, but they're still having that little fight that all the other leagues settled so long ago.
Well, and you would think that there would be someone, I don't know, on the side of competitive balance.
Mm-hmm.
That is probably the thing that the NFL gets the best.
Right. Which is why the money keeps coming.
Yes, exactly. Because despite what Zach Stevens may think,
right,
every week, every team has the opportunity to win.
Right, yep.
And you just can't say that about many other sports. And I think that's what keeps people coming back. Even when their teams are trash, I mean, hell, we sat here and did, 8 years of podcasting 5 days a week while the team sucked.
Yeah.
And people still came and watched us on top of the games on Sundays.
Yeah.
It's because you always have hope because the margins are so thin. And all of that is because of the salary cap.
Yep.
If it weren't for the salary cap, we would lose all of that very quickly. And, we would be baseball.
Yep.
Which has correct me if I'm wrong, 4 to 6 teams each year who could potentially win the championship.
Yep. People would say like, oh, the Diamondbacks made that run. And then it's like, well, but then what happened at the end?
Yeah.
Like the Rockies made that run, and then eventually push just comes.
The only team that's actually made that run and it worked out was the Rangers a few years back.
Yeah. But even that, like, it's not
there's
like
always going to be
broke,
exceptions to the rule.
but they're very rare.
Yeah.
And like, just looking back, so John Elway in 1987 signed a contract for $2 million per year that blew everybody's mind. Like, nobody could believe he's getting $2 million per year. And with inflation, that's essentially the equivalent of just under $5.9 million per year. So like, imagine all of us losing our mind because like, oh, Patrick Mahomes is getting $5.9 million per year. That's what
we would lose our minds if Patrick Mahomes was getting.
we would lose our minds. But that's just how the salary cap has, and it's not just the salary cap. Like, the TV broadcasts have gotten better, and so people want to watch or whatever else. But I do think the competitive balance that they have gotten right is so big. It's just those poor baseball people. Also, another sport, the Trailblazers, their owner. Today, I think we came out today, he wants the entire renovation of the stadium to be paid for by the city.
I thought it was a new stadium.
Was it a new stadium?
Yeah.
I couldn't.
$600 million. Maybe that is a renovation.
He said $600 million, and we pay so much taxes that it should be fine. You guys are getting a good deal. Same guy who just hired a new head coach, gave him a 1-year contract with team options in the following years. Same guy who wasn't willing to pay to fly his like reserve players and two-way players to road playoff games when they made the playoffs this year for the first time ever. Just imagine that.
Yeah.
Sometimes we talk about the Broncos having good owners, and you're like, yeah, I mean, it is nice. It's a lot better than having an average owner. Some teams are stuck with bad owners, and that's the kind of stuff that you just look at them and you laugh.
Yeah, it's tough. I feel bad for those fans because I think we have a pretty good taste of it here in Denver with the Monforts. But actually, in terms of penny pinching, the Monforts have a worse reputation than they actually are.
Yeah.
And so, like, it could somehow even be worse than that.
It could be.
And that's
which is tough to think about.
Crazy to think about. And the worst part is the older you get, the more aware of this stuff you become. And, like, I wouldn't blame people who look at a team with, like, awful ownership with no way out and just like want to give up.
Yep. I agree. Let's hit these playmakers. So the reason we wanted to do this today is because ESPN put out their list of just a ranking of the best playmakers in the NFL in terms of groups. And they did skew it a little bit toward your top 5. Okay. So you don't get as many points as you would for the depth that the Broncos have at receiver, for example. Skewed it a little bit toward receivers because that's just the way the market works, is that receivers, according to the league, are a little bit more important. And I want to ask you, Ryan, where do you think that the Broncos playmakers, skill position players, receivers, tight ends, and running backs ranked in the NFL?
Who ranked them?
Bill Barnwell, who does his research. I don't always agree. Sometimes comes to some weird conclusions.
Yes.
Puts a lot of thought in, and I can appreciate that.
He does.
Knows a lot about numbers.
10th.
23rd.
Oh.
Yeah. I was wondering just how far it could go. 23rd.
What?
Up from 30th last year. Which, again, I mean, it's the same group, but just with Jaylen Waddle.
Yeah. Well, and Jonah Coleman.
Right, and Jonah Coleman.
Wow.
Yeah, you're just edging out the Houston Texans, actually, who lost some points because of Nico Collins' injuries and the Tank Dell injuries.
Okay.
But
yeah,
still.
Tank Dell should be back this year.
Yeah. Also, they added David Montgomery. And in some ways, I'm kind of thinking it's cool to be in front of them.
Well, I think that their group's pretty bad.
Yeah. I mean, like, Nico Collins is... What did he put up? I mean, if he ever actually plays. Yeah. But I guess he is kind of carrying them. But, like, David Montgomery is a good, solid back. Everybody in Denver wanted him.
Yeah. I mean, David Montgomery is, like, the most good running back there is.
Right. I think so. Because he's just done the same thing for forever. So I think the way we do this is just go bottom to top. Say if there's any sort of discussion, because it at least gives us some like good vibes before we get all angry.
Okay.
Yep. Number 32 is the Dolphins.
Oh my God, they have nothing.
They have Achane and that's it.
Achane, yeah.
Right. Number 31 is the Giants. Neighbors.
Malik Neighbors.
Scattaboo.
Scattaboo.
Lose Wandale, replace him with Darnell Mooney.
Ooh, that's bad.
Yeah. Also bring in OBJ.
Right. Who
31.
we assume was running out of money.
Yep. We assume was running out of money. Yeah. Number 30, we got the Browns.
Okay.
Quinshon Judkins is the first name mentioned.
Uh-huh.
Add Casey Concepcion and Denzel Boston.
I like me some Harold Fannin.
I do like some Harold Fannin. Plus, like, what's ever gone wrong drafting a receiver in the first and then again in the second round?
That worked for the Broncos.
Yeah, that's a Jerry Judy, KJ
And
Hammer.
now they have Jerry
reference.
Jeudy.
Yeah, and they do have Jerry Judy. That's true. Wow, he gets listed after all sorts of guys. He's listed after Harold Fannin. Tough.
He sucks.
29, we got the Bills. Where you've got James Cook. You've got DJ Moore. Khalil Shakir.
Have they fired their GM yet?
Man. No, I don't think so. I think it was just the coach.
Okay.
Right.
They not that this list is correct, but if you show up 29th on this list while Josh Allen is your quarterback, you should probably be fired.
Probably should be. Maybe Keon Coleman breaks out.
Nope.
The Panthers at 28. Tedero McMillan. Like, and the thing is, all these guys have like a guy, like somebody you look at, which is why I was surprised, because I thought like you throw Jaylen Waddle in the mix with the Broncos, you have to be a way up there. And you're like, oh yeah, they do have James Cook. They do have Devon Achane. Like there are a lot of teams with a good player.
This goes back to the competitive balance thing we were talking about.
It really does. And the value of a salary cap. And why when people say there should be a separate salary cap for quarterbacks, no, there shouldn't. It's just, it's beautiful. It's a cap. You just, if you go ahead, pay all that money, you can't pay somewhere else. It's perfect.
Separate salary cap for quarterbacks is very, very silly.
It's so stupid. It's like you have this much money for the rest of your roster, you get your quarterback also. Just dumb.
Yeah, it really is.
It really is dumb. Yeah, Panthers at 28, Commanders at 27 with Terry McLaurin.
Really quick, just to open up that can of worms.
Yeah.
Do you think there's anything that can be said for you love to point to the stat about championships with quarterbacks over, what is it, 30 or 20% of your cap?
12 and a half.
Okay, 12.5% of your cap.
I love that stat.
You love that stat. Do you think that stat could actually be considered a bad thing?
I think it is, but I think it's also like it's on the teams to stop doing the stupid thing. Like
quarterbacks aren't going to get cheaper.
No, they aren't. But like eventually, like there are a few examples of the bad ones. Like occasionally you're like, yeah, you do it. Me and Zach talked about this a little bit yesterday, but like I think the Cowboys are an example of a team that like they're stuck with. I think Dak is still the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. But the reason they do it is because when they signed the deal for 4 straight years, they've won 12 or 13 games. And that contract's not going to kick in for 3 more years after that. And so what you're doing is saying, we'll keep this window open for 3 years in exchange for having to deal with all of the aftermath after those 3 years when you wind up in a situation like the Bengals or the Chiefs or those teams.
Yeah.
And that's where like a team like the Dolphins, they didn't have that window. So why did you pay Tua? Like the Cardinals, you're not opening up a window. You're only getting the bad effects. You're not paying Kyler. And eventually you would think somebody would be smart enough to not give all that money to a guy who isn't capable of doing those things for you.
Yeah, I mean it's very similar to like why do people stay in toxic relationships?
True.
Because what you have is safer than going out and searching again.
Yep.
You think.
And like what are the fans
how
gonna
hard
do?
would it have been for the Dolphins to get a better quarterback than Tua?
It would have been hard. But at the same time,
I don't think it would have been.
Oh. Well,
Like
immediately it would be hard.
Yes.
Within 2-3 years, certainly could do it.
Right. And could the GM and the owner actually look themselves in the mirror and say, I can envision Tua lifting a Super Bowl trophy in the next 2 to 3 years?
No.
Like, of course not.
No.
So that's why you should
let
him go.
Exactly. And that's the key is if you're not going to win while the quarterback is still cheap, even on that second contract, you can't pull the trigger. And then if you want to go beyond that and say, like you don't pay Brock Purdy because instead you're the 49ers, and you can look at it one of two ways. You're in the NFC Championship 3 out of every 4 years, it feels like, because there's just so much talent on your roster. And you can either look at that and say, let's just keep doing the same thing and eventually we're going to get over the top. Or you say, we just need the quarterback or it's not possible. So you have to kind of like decide one way or the other. But I think those are the guys where you say, we're not going to be the sucker that gives this guy $50 million because we can just find another one of these Brock Purdy's over and over again.
Yes.
Like there's a Sam Darnold out there who, again, you're not always going to hit on that guy, but if you have a Kyle Shanahan, then there's a good chance you can get something out of him and save $20 million a year.
Totally.
Yeah. We're going to talk more about all this stuff, but first we're going to give a little shout out to some of our friends.
Shout out to our friends over at Xfinity and their incredible 5-year price guarantee. It's very hard to plan your life for 5 years from now. But the more things that you have in place, the more things that you have stabilized, the easier it is to plan your life, whether it's 1 year, 2 year, or even a couple months from now. And that's what makes the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee so special. And I haven't even mentioned how great the Wi-Fi is right now. We're talking about intelligent Wi-Fi that knows where you need the most bandwidth, knows where you need the most power, and is going to divvy it up so that the whole family or the whole house of roommates is getting their Wi-Fi and making sure that you have enough power to have the speeds that you want. And again, you're going to have that price locked in for 5 years with all of your devices working in perfect harmony. So lock in your price and unlock the possibilities with Xfinity. Learn more at xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply.
Also, shout out to our friends over at Coors Light. Summer's Coors Light season, whether you're going to Coors Field like I did Monday and Tuesday, whether you're going out to the lake or the river or the mountains, like if you're outside, Coors Light is the answer. And if you're inside, also drink some Coors Light, especially if you're watching all these soccer games. Coors Light, awesome way to spend your day. You know all about it. When the mountains turn blue, your beer is as cold as the Rockies. It's cold lagered, it's cold filtered, it's cold packaged. And that means that it is mountain cold refreshment. It just feels awesome. It tastes great. And that's why we all drink Coors Lights around here. So if you're looking for a way to make your party just a little bit better, trip to the Rockies game just a little bit more fun, Coors Light is your answer. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door. And if you want to do that, you can do it by visiting CoorsLight.com/DNVR, or you can find it pretty much anywhere else that sells beers. Coors Light, more goals, more celebrations. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado beer. Shout out to our friends over at all of our sponsors, like here at Toyota. I that's how I say to start an ad.
Yeah.
And usually when I don't bring us out a break, it's thrown to me for an ad. And so it's just habitual.
Fair.
I was just trying to think of I was looking up the Jalen Hurts contract because so they won the Super Bowl when he was on the second contract, but before it was big.
Yep.
Here's a question. So Jalen Hurts has 3 more years under contract. If the Eagles could get out of that contract and not have to pay him the money that he is owed, any of the rest of it, which is $219 million, would they do it? What's 219 divided by 3?
No.
They'd be willing to keep him for $73 million a year. There's no way.
Yeah, I mean,
There's
I don't
no
think
way.
they have a choice.
No, they don't have a choice. Oh, like even in the hypothetical world, they still just keep going.
Yeah, I think so because he's a Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, he won't be again though.
He might.
No, they're giving him too much money. Like it's not possible.
It's fair. He has a good mustache going right now.
Does he? Yeah. I mean, because that's the example of, to me, like he's a B+ quarterback who, again, like it worked for them to give him the contract, but now they're in this boat where they still have $73 million per year to account for.
And here's the crazy part. Hit rates on quarterbacks are going up.
Yeah.
Meaning
Right.
someone eventually is going to say, screw it.
Right.
I can find another one.
Exactly. Especially in like a year like this where there's 6 guys, 5 now because Sorsby's out of the picture, but like 5 real first round prospects. Where it's like these when you're bringing them to the NFL to run a college system, you can patch that together just like they have with like Jackson Dart was able to look good and that's Jackson Dart.
What would you do if you were Brendan Sorsby?
Man, I mean, you just keep going with the court case while also begging a college to let you play for them.
Okay.
I think that's the only answer.
I
And
finally-
eventually you settle for the UFL, but that's a ways off.
If you're Brendan Sorsby, you just bet on yourself for the first time ever.
Bet on
and
yourself. Nice.
He could become like a elite betting influencer.
He could be. Yeah. There's a chance there.
I'm so curious to see what he does because I don't think he's going to play college football.
I don't think so either.
So
It's either off year.
then he like does this like the like training thing, but like it's not good for you to just like fall out of the public eye completely.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about it on the Buff Show, like the Houston gamblers should be on the phone
Wow.
every single day with his agent.
You get some funny tweets out of it.
Yeah, and you probably win the championship.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know. I don't know if he's that good.
I
don't know. Like it's tough if you like.
If he's even a second round pick, he should be the best quarterback in that league by a lot.
I would say like absolutely in like 5 years. Yeah, looking through like the top guys, like is current Brendan Sorsby better than current Matt Corral?
I mean, he better be.
But like Matt Corral, who now has some level of NFL experience, has been like in these UFL playbooks, like instead of the kid who's jumping from college to the UFL. Within 3 years, give me Sorsby all the way.
I think I would if I was a UFL franchise, I would take current Julian Lewis over current Matt Corral. That's the Buffs quarterback for anyone who.
Yeah. You just kind of all of a sudden your take on the other one is a little bit less useful.
I don't think current Matt Corral is worth a damn.
I don't either. But I think if you're subbing him in for 10 games, now is like a 26-year-old man versus the 21-year-old Sorsby who has only played in college.
Yeah. Same draft class, I believe, Corral as Malik Willis.
Here's one. Sam Ehlinger. So say Sorsby's a Bronco, and you say you need a backup in week 8. You get Sorsby today. Would you take Sorsby or Ehlinger in that game?
I'm not a Sorsby guy at all.
I know you're not.
I'd probably still take him.
See, I'm also not a Sorsby guy, but I'm more of a Sorsby guy than you, and I think I'd take Ehlinger. Like he's just been in the NFL.
That's an interesting chasm we have there.
It is. We found something.
Question for you, Hank.
Yeah.
What's stopping a team just from signing Brendan Sorsby as an undrafted free agent or something like that? Like, is there a rule that because technically he is eligible, he could play, just because he didn't go in the supplemental draft, like, does he not make as much money? Like, is there something preventing that?
There is something preventing that. I'm not sure
would
what
lose out on a lot of money.
What the rule would actually be though. I'm sure it's in there somewhere. Like there's probably a section in the CBA where it says like ways to enter the NFL. It's like you can be drafted, undrafted draft, and then or undrafted signing, and then like in these weird cases we can hold a supplemental draft for you.
What about like a 26-year-old Australian rugby player?
Right. So
like he has to enter the draft.
He was the one who signed with the Chiefs. Like that was a guy who actually existed, and I don't think was in the draft.
No, he was in the draft.
Was he in the draft?
I think he went undrafted, but he was in the draft.
Because technically you can sign anybody from the streets, right? If you're the Denver Broncos. If you really wanted to,
Yeah, great question. Henry Chisholm.
Could you
the
just
team
sign
wants
me?
to sign him.
So technically Louis Rees-Sammet was undrafted.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Would you have to go through the draft and go undrafted? Like, but you'd have to file your draft
or
paperwork?
Like, does the league have to like approve those guys? Which you would think in most scenarios you don't have to worry about. But in a case like a Sorsby, because you've made this decision, you just wouldn't approve that signing if you're the league office.
Right.
I don't know.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say you guys on a tangent, but I just if there's something preventing somebody from signing.
There certainly is, but
what is it?
Are you on AI?
I'm looking in several different places.
Oh God, no. Okay, so we'll know what the answer isn't, but we'll have to keep looking for what it is. Huh.
If you mean a completely random person who has never played college football, the answer is technically yes, but it's extraordinarily rare.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Main paths, undrafted free agent workout, international player pathway program. Anyone can contact teams or attend tryouts. Inconclusive.
I
think he could.
You think he could? I
He
think
could challenge it, definitely, right?
Think about, okay, how about this? A player from, maybe they all like went through the draft process. It's like a UFL player.
Right.
Could someone go straight to the UFL and then go to the NFL?
Right.
I think they could.
I think they could. But again, like UFL to NFL, you could do it. But like you said, all those guys back in the day declared for the draft.
I know. That's what I was
Like
just
5
thinking.
years ago. So like
Maybe like an international player goes to the UFL.
they also get drafted. International player to the UFL who never declared for the draft. That would be interesting.
Let's say like
I don't think he can. And I think that the NFL, after sending him that letter, would stop it from happening.
Yeah,
almost
they would certainly
certainly
stop it from happening.
Yeah.
like the Jacksonville Jaguars need a quarterback because they suck. Like we need Brendan Sorsby.
They can't. I don't think.
Okay, we're going back to these rankings now. Okay, so we're almost to the Broncos here. We were Commanders 27, Terry McLaurin, Antonio Williams, Luke McCaffrey, Jalen Lane, Traylon Burks is there.
Oof.
Remember that one? Yeah.
Yeah, he had a sick catch against us.
Potentially Brandon Ayuk. Who's to say? 26 Raiders. We know them. Titans at 25. Texans we talked about 24. Then Broncos at 23. So those are the teams the Broncos have better playmakers than.
This is a bad list, man.
Okay.
Tell
Well,
me who's in front of us.
number 22 is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Okay, so they don't have Mike Evans anymore.
Nope. But they still have Ibuka.
Yep.
They have Bucky Irving. They have Cade Otton at tight end. Chris Godwin. And Jalen McMillan.
Chris Godwin's pretty like the ghost of Chris Godwin by now.
Yeah, that he is. And some would say Emeka Ibuka potentially prime Chris Godwin.
I was gonna say almost like a 1-for-1 replacement.
Yeah, they kind of have that covered. So like, let's just go top to bottom here. Broncos and Bucks. Who is the best playmaker? Like who's number one? You get your pick. Who do you want?
Jaylen Waddle.
Yep, I'd go Waddle because of the experience over Ibuka. But Ibuka is probably number two.
What did he put up last year?
Well, there was the injury, but he had.
counts.
It does count. It does count. So he had 900. Oh, he didn't have.
Wait,
an
was it
injury.
a freak injury?
Right.
That matters.
Oh, I can never tell. He actually played every game. He just didn't start at the beginning because of the other guys. But 938 with 6 touchdowns. So in 2026.
I don't. Am I taking him over Courtland Sutton?
I would guess that he has more production in his second year than his first, especially with Mike Evans out of the way.
That's
and
fair.
for that reason, I would also say probably in front of Court. But I do think close.
Okay. Tell me about Bucky Irving's second season.
Yeah, we heard a lot about him in that first season, which is always suspicious. So Bucky Irving, rookie year, 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns. Last year, missed 7 games, 588 and a touchdown.
Freak or not?
We'll have to chat GPT that one.
If it was a hip drop tackle, the injury doesn't count whatsoever.
Right. Okay, ChatGPT is going to work on that.
What did he at least give me like yards per carry?
3.4.
Oh,
Not good.
cooked.
Okay, so I'd rather have Dobbins than Bucky Irving this year.
100%.
Yep. Although we're still figuring out the freakiness of the injury, which is important. Freaky injury could be something else too. Chris Godwin. Let's see what Chris Godwin did because I'm also interested in him.
Okay.
Let's see. Chris Godwin. Oh, only played 9 games, 360 yards, 576 the year before. Played 7 games.
He's done.
Yeah, those are not freak injuries when they happen back to back. That's one of my rules. Unless they're both hip drop tackles. I'm just thinking of like all the freak injuries that could happen. Like, oh, there's like a hole in the field and the guy trips in it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sprinkler head.
Oh. Yes, Bucky Irving's shoulder injury was somewhat fluky, but not medically bizarre. Both a foot sprain and a shoulder subluxation.
Oh, hate when that happens.
Okay, here we go. So I would characterize it this way. Fluky. It apparently resulted from one awkward collision or body position rather than gradual wear or excessive usage.
Doesn't count. Not
a true freak injury. Shoulder instability and labral damage are recognizable risks in contact sports. Can't be too surprised.
So are hip drop tackles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It is unlucky according to the
unlucky injury.
Yeah.
How do we qualify that?
I don't know. It's somewhere between freaky and just standard.
Yeah.
I like the Broncos playmakers better.
I definitely do. K. Dotton would be the best tight end.
He would.
And that's about it.
Yep.
They have Rashad White as their backup running back.
Now Kenny Gainwell. Also Sean Tucker. Remember he had a couple big games.
Yeah,
Syracuse.
out of Syracuse.
Sorry, I shouldn't have done that.
That's okay.
Also our old friend David Sills. Number 21, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Who again, like immediately you think Steelers and think no juice.
Yeah,
but
they do have DK.
They do have DK, and they now have Michael Pittman, who is basically Courtland Sutton.
Pittman is a Pitman now?
He is. Wow, you should make a shirt. He is not basically Courtland Sutton. He had a couple good years, but he was down to 784 last year, 808 the year before. Also, give him credit for the quarterback situation with the Colts. You also do that for Court. So Court is better than Pittman. DK is probably better than Court, and Jaylen Waddle is still number one.
Yes. Well, what did DK put up last year?
DK Metcalf. He 6'4", 229. Played 15 games, 850 yards.
Okay.
Yep. Hadn't had 1,000 since 2023.
Oh.
Yep. Yeah, I mean he's just a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
One-trick horse. That guy's a horse.
No, yeah. No pony about him.
No, certainly not a pony. Also, so they have Jaylen Warren, who, again,
I feel like is better than I give him credit for in my mind.
I think that's, yeah. The Cardinals had one of those guys also who I did that with. Just like old number 30 or something. I'm not sure if he's still there.
Like James Conner?
Yeah, James Conner. Yeah. They reminded me because also a Steeler. Better than I gave him credit for.
For the Cardinals.
Yeah. Yeah. I just didn't give him credit. Yeah, 958 yards, 6 touchdowns last year. 4.5 per carry. You read those numbers and you say, yep, good job, and then you never think of him again.
Yeah.
Not going to get to did he get to a Pro Bowl? No, of course not. Yeah. But would you rather have that or Dobbins?
Well, it's not just about Dobbins, though. It's about
True.
RJ.
It's the depth behind.
Like RJ had 12 touchdowns last year.
Well, here's another fun one. The backup is Rico Dowdle, who is a guy a lot of Bronco fans wanted to replace Dobbins.
Interesting. Dowdle was pretty good.
They also have Caleb Johnson, the big back out of Iowa as well, who I think is probably Jonah Coleman-ish.
I liked him in college a lot.
I did. Okay, let's finish the Steelers real quick. The Darnell Washington, Pat Freiermuth. Probably better.
Yeah, it's better.
Probably better.
It's very Steelery.
All of this is very similar, I think. The running backs, I think it's take your pick. The receivers, I give the edge to the Broncos. Edge, Steelers, tight ends. We go Broncos, though, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I still think that, like, Waddle's far enough ahead, and then Courtland's pretty even. I mean, Courtland had a better season than DK last year.
He did.
I don't think
you could make the case it's 1-2.
I bet you Courtland, what we were just saying about Jaylen Warren, I bet you people do that with Courtland Sutton all over the country.
I think Broncos fans do. Okay, we're going to take a break. We'll be back in just a second.
Shout out to our friends over at Volo. One thing I've learned in this life is that the older you get, the harder it is to make friends. Harder it is to meet new people who are like you and have similar interests to you. And that's one of the coolest things that I think there is about Volo, because, you know, you get a community when you join a Volo league, and each league has, you know, post-game activities at local bars, which we love, of course, when they come support here, but all the local bars around town. But you get to meet people, you get to hang out, you get to find out who you want to hang out with. All the while, you get to compete, which is another thing that I've learned. The older you get, the less opportunities you have to compete, unless you find something like Volo. So get over to Volo. You can sign up as a team, depending on what the sport is. You can also sign up as a free agent, just saying, hey, pair me up with someone. I want to go play. And you can also use the code Broncos15 for $15 off your first Volo Denver League at volosports.com/Denver.
Also, want to give a shout out to our friends over at STK Steakhouse, where they've got you covered for just about, well, maybe not every meal, but the really good, important meals, they have you covered. They have their $3, $6, $9 happy hour, and they do that every day. From Sunday to Thursday, it's from 2:30 to 6:30, and then again from 9 p.m. until they close. Friday and Saturday, 2:30 to 5:30, and they've got all sorts of different options for $3, $6, and $9, which you can't find very many places. They're open late after game days, so if you're going to see the Nuggets or the Avs or the Broncos, they're going to be an option after your game. And they also have a 3-course meal plus a glass of wine for $69 per person. It's their steak night. It's a steal. Open on holidays. They have dinner with a vibe every night in Denver. They have a DJ, private dining spaces for corporate events or special celebrations. So if you want to go check them out, you can do that by making a reservation, or you can learn more at stksteakhouse.com. Back into the DNVR Broncos podcast, talking playmakers after the Steelers at number 20, Kansas City Chiefs.
What's going on here?
Yeah, it's just national media Chiefs love. There's no other explanation, because their best playmaker is Travis Kelce. Right?
Yeah.
But also, like
Rashee Rice when he's not in jail.
But if we're taking injuries into effect, how can we not count jail?
Yeah, it's true.
Jail has potentially an even more important impact.
Was it like a freak jail incident, or was it?
No, at this point, it's not freak. At this point, it's certainly not freak jail. Yeah, sometimes just get unlucky. 851 yards for Travis Kelce last year.
That 823 was their leading yard getter.
Let's go through their leading yard getters. So from scrimmage, their leading yard getter was Travis Kelce, 852.
Jesus, man.
Number 2. I want you to guess this one. Chiefs running back, 754 yards from scrimmage. It's a tough one, but if I told you he also led the team, let's say he was even better than that. He led the NFL in rushing in 2017.
Kareem Hunt?
Yeah. Yeah, it was still Kareem Hunt there last year. Xavier Worthy had 619. Rashee Rice had 591. Important caveat, missed 9 games, jail. Marquise Brown, 587.
Suspension, I think.
Was it suspension? Not suspension stemming from jail. 563 for Isaiah Pacheco. Not a great group.
How is that considered better than what the Broncos have at this stage of life?
So here's where so Xavier Worthy, Jaylen Waddle, similar players, other than the fact that Jaylen Waddle's way better.
Yep.
Courtland Sutton, Rashee Rice.
The only thing that they really have in common is that they're fast.
And small.
Yeah.
Rashee Rice, better than Courtland Sutton. Jail makes it even at best for him.
Yeah, and
at best.
Yeah. He can't be counted on or trusted for anything.
Right. If we're doing he is even with Court because the reliability knocks him down to that level, then we should be saying J.K. Dobbins' reliability, that aside, he should be on the same tier as Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
If we're making that argument.
Which you just can't.
No, you can't. Travis Kelce, for as much as I hate everything about him, going back to being from Ohio, he's better than Evan Engram.
Yeah, he is.
He is.
Did you see? I don't know. I don't even know if it's real, so I don't know if I should get mad about it.
Right.
But just apparently they filed for permits to shut down the streets around Madison Square Garden.
There were some good tweets about it. For 3 days.
Does I hope they say no.
I hope they say no also. I really hope they say no.
Also, you can get married anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
How do you come to Madison Square Garden as your choice?
Because it's not about the wedding. It's about the attention.
But like,
and where else are you going to fit 30,000 people at your wedding?
Really, literally rent an island if you want.
I wonder how they do it. Because, I mean, but just think about the number of people Travis Kelce's inviting.
Yeah, I mean.
Thousands.
1,500?
1,500? I mean, he's got like 1,500 teammates. And then you go through like all the other stuff and like.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift, they just want the attention. They could go off and do their thing somewhere where we would say.
I heard that the stadiums that they built for the World Cup in Qatar aren't being used for anything anymore.
Send them there. That would be awesome. That'd be a good place for them. Yeah, so Broncos playmakers better. We have not mentioned Kenneth Walker. Should mention Kenneth Walker.
Yeah.
I don't know what I think of him still, despite going through this entire offseason where the first 2 months was about Kenneth Walker.
Mm-hmm.
He's good.
He's good. He's definitely not better than J.K. Dobbins straight up.
Right. And if we're giving Rashee Rice the benefit of the doubt,
Which we're not.
which we are not, then unfortunately we can't give J.K. the
He
benefit.
actually has lost the benefit of the doubt in like all aspects.
He
of
really
life.
has. Even just being like a Chief, you lose that. It's like Chiefs player does something like that. You're just like, yep,
Yeah.
Chief. Next up, number 19, the Chargers. Division rivals back to back. This one is actually super offensive to me. Because Ladd McConkey is their best playmaker.
But he had a huge down year last year.
Yeah, no, he's not that good. They just threw the ball to him a lot before. Yeah, 16 games, 789 yards. I don't know.
That's the number 3 on the Broncos, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. And so I don't know how they're up that high.
Do you think they're getting a bump because of Mike McDaniels?
Like, no, it's specifically, I mean, not technically, no. Like, there could be a subconscious thing, but they say coaching, all that stuff doesn't matter. Pure talent. And just for this 1 year. But yeah, so Ladd McConkey had the most yards from scrimmage for them also last year. So it's not like there's anything else to get excited about. Keenan Allen is no longer there. Quentin Johnston had 742. I guess he is probably now their number 1 playmaker. O'Marion Hampton had 737, but I didn't come away all that impressed. Again, he's not JK.
All of their best playmakers were in the 700s.
Yeah. Orlando Gadsden, 664. Pretty good.
I think he did most of that in like 2 games.
Exactly. And then the league figured him out.
Yeah. I remember specifically, I've mentioned this before, that I kept putting him in anytime touchdown scores, parlays after that. Never hit.
So Broncos receivers are better. You have to give them the tight end, despite our reservations. But then running backs, I take Dobbins, Harvey, and all that over Hampton, Keaton, Mitchell. We'll call it a push. Hampton, I do think, is solid.
Maybe.
Yeah, 4.5 yards per carry, 742 yards. Or no, 737.
One thing that we're uncovering here as we go through this is bursting on the scene in your rookie season means nothing.
Yeah. It means nothing except in the eyes of everyone.
Yes, it means everything to everyone.
But it doesn't actually mean anything.
On the real scale of
You're
things.
Right.
Bucky Irving.
Right.
Who's Ladd McConkey.
I mean, we haven't seen year 2 Cam Scadaboo, but I'm ready to throw him in there.
Yeah.
I think that
he was on the very edge of athleticism to cut it in the NFL.
Yeah.
And now, is it Achilles or ACL?
I don't think it matters.
It doesn't.
I don't remember.
But if he loses 0.01% athleticism, he's not going to be good anymore.
No. He makes it up with like being dumb enough though that he doesn't care. Like that does make it up quite a bit. Like,
that's kind of like what the Giants kind of like banked on, is like, not only do we have a running back, we also have a quarterback who's just going to run head down into the first linebacker he sees. And just like that's the game plan.
Yeah.
Just head down into the linebacker.
We're going to grind our way to 4 wins. 1981.
They probably would. And John Harbaugh was like, "Yep, sign me up." 18 is the Jags.
Okay, so now
I mean, like, your first thought is like, yeah, they have some juice, and then you remember they lost ETN, They did just give that big contract to Brenton Strange, who maybe I've been underappreciating.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I also haven't, though. I do probably underappreciate Brian Thomas, and I really enjoy doing that because I call him like a less productive Troy Franklin. Just if you look at the numbers.
See,
we don't know how to quantify Travis Hunter at this point.
That's true.
We don't
What
even
is
know
Travis Hunter?
What they're going to do with him.
Nope. I will say they'll probably do the wrong thing with him. I don't know what that is, but I bet they find it.
Because there was like a report that came out that they were going to have him focus on corner, but then I saw them come out and like say that was false. So
Brian Thomas had 728. Leader, of course, ETN was 1399. Parker Washington had 847.
yeah, he was good.
He was good. Brenton Strange 540. Jacoby Myers 496. But how long? He was only there half the year. Byshell Tootin, next up running back.
They're completely starless unless Travis Hunter pops.
Right. And I think that
Brian Thomas, I guess, has shown flashes that he could be a star.
Yes, he had a good rookie year.
Means nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Except to everyone.
Except to everybody who watches. 1282 as a rookie, 707 in his second year. Weird. Who could have seen that coming? They do benefit in this particular exercise because it's just like top 5 playmakers. And so when you go through like Brian Thomas, Jacoby Myers, Parker Washington, Brenton Strange, and then Byshell Tootin, like it does.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
having those 3 receivers, a third receiver who's going to get you like 750 yards, 2 guys in the 9, like it helps. And then
it's
the
like
upside,
better than mid.
Right. I'm not upset about this one.
I think I'm pretty upset about it.
Good. I'm glad. I don't want us both to not be upset.
So they're not even counting Travis Hunter in that equation.
They might not be. Or I'll see what they say. Where is the Travis Hunter section? So after mentioning the other receivers, and Travis Hunter seemed to be hitting his stride as a wideout with a 101-yard game against the Rams before suffering a season-ending knee injury. If the Jaguars get those versions of those 4 wideouts in 2026, they'll be stacked. I don't think he says anywhere like, but it doesn't matter. I think it's more so like the best 3 of those 4 are going to be useful. Or maybe those are your 4 best and you don't count the tight end or whatever.
Okay.
Number 17 is the Packers. Receivers, after losing Dobbs, and I think he was the only one, they have Christian Watson, Matthew Golden.
Stupid amount of money.
Stupid amount of money for a player who isn't that good. Christian Watson, Matthew Golden, Jaden Reed. They also have Sky Moore, who busted with the Chiefs. I'm just shocked to see his name here. Tight end is Tucker Kraft.
Why is he on there?
I don't know. Tucker Kraft, tight end, who I think is a top 5 tight end in the NFL.
Yeah, you love Tucker Kraft.
Also, knee injury.
Freak or not? I think it was ACL.
I think so as well.
It's not. It never goes. We don't get to call it that.
I don't think so either.
Because I think that's what the Broncos are saying when they say that.
Right.
It's like, well, it wasn't an ACL.
Right. I think that is what they're saying. Because you're right. I think that's the baseline. And then Josh Jacobs gave him 4 yards per carry even. Played 15 games, 929 yards, 13 touchdowns.
Josh Jacobs
Year
might not
before
even play
1300.
this year,
I'm
though.
officially labeling myself
Oh,
as
Josh Jacobs in trouble.
mad about this.
Jail. Mad?
Yep. Those receivers are trash.
They are. They really are trash. So Jaden,
Jaden Reed is kind of good.
Christian Watson, DK Light
Okay.
is what I would call him. And we determined DK potentially worse than Court. So that's kind of a ranking of those guys.
Yep. Jaden Reed's small and fast. 2 things that he shares in common with Jaylen Waddle.
Yep. And that's about it for those 2. So Christian Watson gave him, only played the 10 games before the knee injury, gave him 61 per game. So that's just over 1,000.
Solid.
I stand by DK slightly light.
So he's
the next DK is what I will say.
Okay. So he, at the very least, cancels out with Court, but I would say Court above.
Court had both knees all year. We give him points for that.
Yep. Jaylen Waddle is obviously better than Jaden Reed.
Yep.
And then Matthew Golden.
Matthew Golden played in 14 games,
Matthew
410
Golden
yards.
would kill to be as good as Troy Franklin,
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely he would.
but then he might be jail.
Then jail, where he would join Josh Jacobs, who, so receivers is very clearly Broncos. Tight end is very clearly Packers. Running back, again, it's like Josh Jacobs. Is he even going to play this year? Chris Brooks, Marshawn Lloyd, Pierce. So they've got nothing behind. I think Josh Jacobs, J.K. Dobbins is a push because both have the uncertainty. Both are about the same level of player when they play at this point. And the Broncos have the better depth. So I see how they got there, but I would go Broncos.
Yep.
This one's interesting. Surprised they're this low until you think about it. 16 is the Ravens.
Okay, give me the receivers.
Rashad Bateman, Devontae Walker, and Zay Flowers.
And so that's why they're there.
Yep. That's why they're there.
And then they have Derrick Henry.
Yep. And Mark Andrews, who isn't quite himself, but is still good. No more Isaiah Likely.
Yeah. Yeah, Mark Andrews feels like a poor man's Travis Kelce who's
Right.
declining faster.
Right. Zay Flowers did have 1,200 yards last year and 1,000 the year before.
And the ball's got to go somewhere.
And it
Zay
goes
Flowers is good.
to him very efficiently.
Mm-hmm.
Also MVP quarterback. Makes things look a little nicer.
It makes everyone look better, which is why I like Sky Moore. If you can't succeed as a first round pick for the Chiefs,
Yep.
then you don't
You're
exist
not
to
good.
me anymore.
Right.
Also, according to Eric, Bucky got hurt on a drop hip tackle.
It was a hip drop.
Oh,
that changes everything.
It does change everything.
Wow. Well, we're past them. We're past them. Too late.
We've already made our
Should
decision.
have said something earlier, Bucky. Here's one. Here's a way to think about it. Would you? Because I think what makes this hard is Derrick Henry.
Again, quarterbacks are not in this conversation.
Yeah, quarterbacks don't matter. It's all that aside. But again, like they have inflated the stats for Zay Flowers.
Yes,
and
for
so you
sure.
have to keep that piece in mind. Derrick Henry, there's a piece of me that would say like he's just going to give you 1,800 yards, and having one guy like that
is really valuable.
right. I just kind of, you get like Zay Flowers.
He's like the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee of running back.
He is. And like, why were the Ravens bad last year? They decided to save him for the playoffs. And so I wonder, what did he finish with? Finish with 1,595.
That's crazy.
And so he had, rushing attempts, didn't have 20 in a game until week 6. Then 24, 21, 19, 20, 18, 21, only 10, 25, 11, 18, 36, 20. Like,
Yeah, this one's kind of hard to. I mean, Zay Flowers, from a numbers perspective,
right.
is
Better than Waddle
yeah.
at this point.
Yep. We obviously would take Derrick Henry over. I think this is
anybody
the first,
else in the
this
game.
is the first one that
Yep.
I can say officially not mad.
Yep. Just because I think it's like Derrick Henry alone gives it such like a starting point.
Yeah.
Like he's an entire offense in himself.
Superstar league.
We got a couple more wins. Didn't think we'd take this long, but we might be getting to the point where we're willing to agree with them.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the conversation.
It is. It's picked up. 15 is the Bears, who I had totally forgotten about, as I think it's pretty easy to do. The Indiana Bears.
Yes.
That's funny. Roma Dunze, Luther Burden, Khalif Raymond listed as a starter. Okay, so Broncos win on wide receiver 3. DeAndre Swift and Kyle Mononga at running back. And of course, Colston Lovell and Cole Kmet. It's weird because, again, like they're getting hurt by the top 5 thing.
Yeah. They have so many okay guys.
They do. They have a lot of okay. Start with the receivers. This could be the breakout year for Roma Dunze. I personally would take 2 of the Broncos receivers over him.
Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised if we're also saying there's a third by the end of the year. I'd be more surprised if we look back and say I'd rather have Odunze than Waddle or Courtland Sutton in 26.
No chance.
Than if we say I'd rather have one of the Broncos' other receivers over Luther Burden or over Roma Dunze.
Mm-hmm. Oh, like you're saying like Troy Franklin.
Yep. Or Pat Bryant does something.
Yeah.
Running backs with Swift and Mononga, I think you probably go that way.
Yeah.
Just because of the JK gets hurt a lot.
They fit Ben Johnson's scheme really well too.
And then Colson Love and Cole Kmet, they are in front, and having both helps. And like if you're building this, you almost just say like
Loveland would be the one that I would say like we could look back at the end of next year. But as we've learned, rookie years don't count.
Also true. Yeah, I'd go Broncos though. I think the gap with the receivers.
This was a massive overvaluing of the Bears.
Yeah.
The Ravens should definitely be in front of the Bears.
Luther Burden just needed more playing time. Meh. Rome Odunze's injury opened up a larger role for him.
I like Luther Burden.
Yeah, me too. But I also like Jaylen Waddle. 14's the Colts, who lose Michael Pittman.
They have Jonathan Taylor.
And they have Josh Downs.
Is that thing that we talked about where you just print out
exactly
1,500 yards at least.
Tyler Warren was good as a rookie. Alec
good.
Pierce is why they were willing to get rid of Michael Pittman. Brought in.
They gave him silly money, right?
They did. Brought in Nick Westbrook Ekine. I haven't said his name in forever. Yeah, that's right. Go to the Titans. You're just dead. So, I mean, just start with the receivers. Broncos are better. Josh Downs had like an awesome year, but it's awesome in the way that that was the year before. He had an 803. Last year was 566. Also, I guess lost the quarterback, but they've never really had a quarterback. Alec Pierce, I don't think has ever gotten to 1,000. I would be surprised.
Give me number 10 on this list.
Just skip ahead. Yeah.
Because I had the Broncos at 10, so I want to.
Okay. 13 is Saints. 12 is Jets. 11 is Seahawks. 10, Patriots.
Too low. Patriots. Okay.
That's surprisingly high.
Yeah, everyone's surprisingly high on the Patriots.
Yeah. They were right last year.
No,
AJ Brown
weren't high on them last year. It's like a
right. Okay.
They bought the stock high.
Okay. So receivers, AJ Brown, Matt Collins, Romeo Dobbs. That is a good. I like the fit. I mean, I actually don't. I like Matt Collins individually for what he is. I don't like the other two individually, but
I hate Matt Collins individually.
Well, no, but that's his skill. That's that's why he's right. Ramondre and Travion Henderson, Hunter Henry at tight end.
Travion, that's a big time rookie regression.
It is. Ramondre is just like a good, solid big back.
We did just skip over the Jets being at number 11.
Yeah, which, I mean, Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall is a starting point.
It is. It's pretty good.
But as I've said repeatedly, I think J.K. Dobbins is a better running back than Breece Hall.
I like Breece Hall a lot.
And Jaylen Waddle is better than Garrett Wilson. And I can't. Who else do they even have?
They have Braylon Allen.
That is correct. Right? Wisconsin.
Feels wrong, but I think it's right.
No, it is right. Yeah. Do they have a tight end, do you think? Kenyon Sadiq.
We can't.
So I don't care about that.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, give me Evan Engram for 1 year.
Weird. All right, let's.
We do have super chats. Okay.
In the end, Broncos deeply, deeply undervalued in this exercise.
If we learned one thing today, it's that Bill Barnwell hates the Broncos.
Yeah.
Okay. Super chats. Zavli says, Red Murdoch is Daredevil. Thoughts?
Okay.
Like it. Yeah. I like it. We got to make a play, you know? Once something happens, then it's time to...
You got to do something before you get a nickname.
Right. But I like where the head's at. Oh, Stevie Wren, who I would imagine is our friend.
He is.
Depending on the end of that last name there.
Stevie, what do you mean?
Stevie Renfro?
Yes.
Would probably be...
Real quick on the Daredevil thing. Daredevil's real name is Matt Murdock. And he's red. Like, he wears red like Daredevil. And his name is Red. I think that was what he was getting at.
Is Stevie's from America, though, isn't he?
No, he's not.
He isn't?
Scotland.
I didn't know that. I must have known that. Yeah. We're going to overtime, by the way. So if you're watching on TV, go to the website. We'll be live there. What team in the World Cup do you like into the Broncos? I'll go the Netherlands because of the orange, great fans, and their underdog status.
Well, I have to immediately eliminate any team that's never won the World Cup because the Broncos are winners.
Right.
So it's a team who has won World Cups. then fell off for a little while, and now is back on the rise. Is it like Spain?
The real answer is Argentina. Have won 3 like the Broncos.
Yeah, but they're coming off winning the last one, which I don't
But
like.
they also hadn't won one in 20 years or whatever. And the World Cup only comes. They hadn't
I
won
think
one
the
since like
Seahawks have also won 3, though.
2. Seahawks have only won 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think it would be Argentina. They didn't win for a long time. No matter they couldn't win anything for a long time.
But
then
like,
they're back.
The whole team is messy. We don't have a Messi.
That's the thing. Is like I think they were that was the 2015 Broncos.
Yes.
If when Messi retires, if they show up at the next World Cup and are very good and like on the brink, then that would be that.
Yeah.
Did anybody just lose a star? Thinking like Peyton Manning, change of era. I mean, that would have like a decade ago.
No, all the stars are still playing and somehow still getting goals.
Yeah, nobody. The Netherlands didn't win it though, did they? Because they had
got into it in 2010, but lost to Spain.
Right, and that's when they had like the awesome guys at the top.
Yeah,
They're fun on FIFA.
they're 3 times runner up.
Robin,
Oh, so they're the Bills.
they're the Bills. Yeah, but orange.
Never will be England.
Robin Van Persie.
Spain.
I think we're Spain.
Spain.
I don't think we're Spain, if I'm honest.
Okay.
They.
What about Germany?
Actually, Germany's not a bad comp. I actually like Germany. They had a couple down years. Now they're
They
back
did.
on the upswing.
Yeah.
I think Germany's actually perfect.
That could be good.
They don't have a superstar, but they have a bunch of good guys, like guys that people around the league love. And I think that's kind of the Broncos. With like PS2 can be your Musiala, you're a young guy coming up. I like that.
You don't have like the historical success to be Brazil, who I think is winning the World Cup.
Dude, what? That's an insane take.
Have you watched the last 2 games though? They look
They are
awesome.
sick. I mean,
They look awesome now.
Brazil.
Brazil.
Are you? Are we talking
Brazil
about this?
to you, Brazil to me.
I don't know because you're saying some insane
maybe
shit
he's
right
just
now.
caught up in the
I was-
Nuggets' new
I-
draft pick.
I was out on Brazil. I watched the first game and thought, "Yep, we're out." And then ever since, I've been like, "Oh, they kind of have the juice."
They
I like them better
they
than
always
better
have
than
the juice,
France, right? Which is why they're always pretty good. That's why they've won like 8 of them or whatever.
though. Yeah. I mean, I think it's anyone's to win.
I think it definitely is.
Like
I got money on Netherlands. I think they're finally going to break the.
really.
I think they're built for this tournament more than any other team.
Finishing.
I think they have some of the best like finishing, especially in set pieces.
You know who has finishing?
fair?
Brazil.
They always do.
Name
Yeah.
me their striker.
Is Vinny their striker?
No.
Is it the guy who scored last night and the 2 of them have scored every one of their goals?
No.
But he has a name in Portuguese I don't know?
No, they're Cunha.
Cunha. Yeah, Cunha.
This is what I mean.
like
Cunha.
Cunha.
Is not an elite striker. Vinny disappears in big moments. They're not winning the World Cup.
I mean, he
How old is Vinny?
Vinny's like 25, 26, I want to say.
And he has
Around
His second World Cup.
and he scored 2 goals last night. He scored in every game.
Trust me, somebody that watches him in Real Madrid, I watch him in Real Madrid constantly because I'm
Yeah.
a Barcelona fan. I watch all
Yeah.
the games.
No, I
He
get it.
will disappear in big moments. You're not gonna get that from him.
No,
But we
I-
do.
I'm-
I mean,
I'm in.
There are certain guys who just are built for the international game.
He's not one of them. I completely agree. He's just what has he won with Brazil ever? He's been with
Nothing.
Brazil since 2016.
That's why this is we all thought the worst team Brazil's brought to the
He's
World Cup in
played in
decades.
multiple Copa Americas. He's
Yep.
played in multiple World Cups, and he still hasn't won anything.
I got the U.S.
Okay, then I have the U.S. also, and as a second choice, I take Brazil. Well, we've
The
got
second choice, I take Ecuador. Got to win today.
yeah, that could age.
I
pretty
have
poorly
never
pretty
raged
quickly.
harder than an Ecuador game. I'm telling you, I've gotten so mad every time.
Dude, the way that they like, there's a world in which they've won their games by like a combined 8-0.
Oh my goodness!
And
That's I hit every game yesterday except for South Korea, who I had to win, and every time they're just like flying down the field, and you're like, oh, they can do it, but they're just incapable of scoring a goal.
that's probably the most frustrating thing.
It is
that
awful,
Soccer can give you is a dominant performance where you can't put the goal in the net
right?
or the ball in the net.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know Mexico.
We will be live tonight for the watch along.
Yeah.
So if you guys are watching Team USA tonight, well, first of all, if you're not, what is wrong with you? I guess we have a lot of foreign listeners.
Just not
don't
be
we?
from the US.
There are a lot of people not.
I feel that
you
way
guys
about
get a
every World
pass.
Cup game.
You guys get a pass. We're the world's team. I feel like everybody roots for. Yeah,
Couldn't be further from the truth.
yeah, the world unites around America. Yeah. But we will be live for that entire game. So hang out here with us on the Watch Along channel. We'll fight about Brazil again, probably.
Guess I'm drinking tonight.
Yeah. We'll be back tomorrow as well.
Hell yeah.
For another podcast. Maybe fight more about these rankings. I thought we were going to have time for defensive playmakers.
Oh,
Totally wrong.
maybe tomorrow.
I want to make my own list, but we'll talk later. Stay tuned.
God bless Bo Nix.
We all silly like the mayor.